So my name is Moritz. I'm head of the technology of IO-Link and also of the quality team. Therefore, my title is IO-Link Quality and Technology. And what I want to present you is, let's say, two things. One is what have we achieved in the last year in documents and status. And I brought with me for today some really hot new news regarding specifications and what vendors who want to develop devices may like, I want to say. So let's start. So first of all, you know, we are as an IO-Link community are working on specification, on papers, a lot of pages in these papers, and we have a complete landscape of papers today. And a short overview I want to give you is that we have packaged these papers, and the last package we had, which was the specification version 1.12, was called package 2015, 5, 6, 7 years ago, yeah? And it was quite stable. And with the introduction of the specification version 1.13, there was also introduced a new package called package 2020. And the package 2015 is in phase out. So what we see today is that we have a complete specification set for the standard communication, which consists of the system specification itself, the test specification, and another one, which is the IODD. And what I marked here is IEC, and this means that our IO-Link specification is going to the IEC to get a worldwide standard. And I can say that we have, with the beginning of June, achieved the last date of approval for IEC. So we will go for, I think, beginning of July, that this IO-Link specification gets a published international standard in IEC. The same we did with the version 1.12. Now we are also ready for 1.13. But that is one part. The other part is, as we saw right now, the wireless part and the IO-Link safety part. For sure, we have also papers there. We have this safety extension, we have the wireless extension, and the tests, and the IODD. Okay, it's the same IODD for all, but the papers related to that are also there. And again, for the safety extension, we have reached this month the final state for IEC. So with a safety extension of IO-Link, we expect that with the beginning of July, we are an international published standard. And that is a really great achievement. Not only an IO-Link standard, it's a worldwide standard. And also wireless is going to be on the way to get an IEC standard. Some steps before, but we are also on a good approach. And the only thing we are today are lacking is the test specification is not ready. It's nearly ready, but it's not ready, and in this case, it's not published. So you see, we did a lot of work. We have a lot of papers, but people are wondering which versions are active or not active, and not to lose the overview, the community decided to set up a new paper. Don't be afraid of the word paper. It's more or less a list of all specifications and their status. Is the specification active? Is it in the phase out? And if it's in the phase out, what is the transition period to the next version? And this is only a part of the list I show you here, because we have, beside the specification, also a lot of profile specifications. I think 6, 7, Wolfgang, something like that. The complete set of specifications, we know that people want to know which are the active ones and when will they be phased out. So this document is just in preparation, and I guess within the next, let's say, 4 weeks, month, we will publish it also on the iolink.com, which is worldwide public. Okay. Then one of the big news for implementers. So this is really brand new because the decision was taken yesterday. So I mentioned that the package 2015, which was stable for 7 years, has a phase-out phase until end of this year, and which means after that time, vendors are not allowed to bring new products related to this old specification into the market. Therefore, the transition period ends on end of this year. And now we have the decision that there is a prolongation for this time frame for 1 more year. So it ends not on end of this year, and every developer is happy about that, I know, but with the end of the next year. And the reason is, yes, we have a chip crisis today. And the reason there or behind is we had some delays, I want to say, in the development and in the production of the test systems. So the test system couldn't be built because the chips are missing, and this is also delayed. And I think it's fair to say, okay, we can't force people to use the new package 2020 without having a appropriate test system. So that is the reason for the prolongation. And this is, I think, relaxing some efforts in R&D for you if you are a vendor of or developer of devices. Okay, so this was the news about technology things. Now I want to skip over about news and how to ensure the quality of products. And one main thing is, or the base for this is a little bit wondering, it's the IODD finder, where Elmar was talking about before. By the way, I did a short calculation. He said 800,000 downloads a month. This means, I think, every 3 seconds or something like that, shortly is downloaded an IODD. And this is a great and well done tool. So what is the quality of a product? First of all, it is ensured, or the quality is ensured if you have the test and the test equipment, and test specification and test equipment. And the quality at the end is documented by the manufacturer declaration. So for each product, you need a manufacturer declaration where you tick, everything is okay, tests are done, well done. But new, and to, let's say, put a little more pressure on that manufacturer declaration, the community decided that with the IODD, you also are enabled, I want to say, in the software, or there is, it's mandatory, I guess, that you also upload with the IODD also the manufacturer declaration of the IODD. So now it's public, and the quality you build into your product is now also getting public. And this is new, that the manufacturer declaration is published on the IODD finder. If you're right, the word IODD finder may be not the right one anymore, but it's a good way to do this. And why did we do this? The reason is that in the community rules, which each of your companies signed with a P&O, the IO-Link community rules are saying, and already always said, that there will be a so-called approved component list of components. So in this case, we don't have an approved component list, but the mechanism uploading the manufacturer declaration to the IODD finder is working as the approved component list, showing and documentation and publishing the quality of your products. That is new, and now people are asking, okay, IODD finder, where are the masters? Because the IODD is related to the device, and for the devices we have that nice mechanism now, uploading the manufacturer declaration, but for masters we don't have an IODD, therefore we have no IODD master finder or something like that. And therefore we need also this approved component list, which is noted in the community rules. And for a very first step of that, we introduce now, let's say, an Excel sheet. It's a little boring, but it's the first step where also master vendors can be listed by bringing their manufacturer declaration to the business office of IO-Link. Then the business office will update this approved component list, and also this approved component list will be published on iolink.com. Again, this is just for making public that IO-Link products have a high quality based on manufacturer declaration and based on the tests. So this is something really new coming up. And well, this brings me to my last slide of the overview. We have also adapted the product quality policy, also referenced in the community rules, which really says what to do to get a product and how to get a manufacturer declaration. Also, if a company does brand labeling of another company. So we have, let's say, sharpened the content a little bit and introduced two new things. One is the IO-Link Service Center. There is an email address called info@iolink.com. And what is really new, a quality center, which has the email address quality@iolink.com. So if there are any issues raising up according or related to quality, then everybody can report this by dropping an email on quality@iolink.com. So we are aware and want to deal with these quality issues if they are arising. And what's also written in there, and this is a new thing, is that the so-called profiles, or the profiles, will also be part of the product quality policy. In short words, if profiles are implemented, then they have to be implemented complete as 100%, not only parts of this. So we saw this in the past, that only parts of profiles were implemented. And last not least, a more detailed explanation on the way how to get the manufacturer declaration, or the way to the manufacturer declaration. So that was the update from my side about technology, update on the papers, and on some new papers regarding quality.
Thank you, Frank, for the informations.
Thank you.